back. If you are new around here, then hello, nice to meet you. And if you are returning, then thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name's Alana and I'm a 30 something. I say I'm 30 something, but the whole point and premise is that my birthday was last week. You all know I'm 34, so I don't know why I keep saying that. But anyway, I am in my 30s. I am from Scotland, and that is, like you might have realised, why I do like the odd sweary word on this channel. If that is not your kind of thing, then I completely understand. Please feel free to vacate at the moment. If you do like the odd sweary word though, that feels like your cup of tea, and you'd probably like to have a pint with me, there's a little subscribe button down here. Please feel free to click it. If not, don't worry, we're not going to have you hung, drawn and quartered. Now, over on Instagram the other day, if you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram will be popping up on the screen somewhere now. If you're not following me on Instagram, I posted this look on Instagram the other day and people went batshit crazy. I don't know if you'd seen it, I don't know if you are following me there and here, whatever. Again, there's only so much you can really take of me. I understand that and there is no judgment, it's okay. But if you've seen me create this look, it's a really smoky, grungy. This is one shadow. This is one shadow on my eyes. I would also like to point out just now that I am obviously sitting with a box light on because at the start of this video it was daylight. And as I got to the end of the video, the sun was gone because we live in Scotland, and at this time of year, you're lucky if you can see it for 5 hours of the day. So I do have a box light on just now and you can see how smoky, greasy, glowy it is. It is a little bit grunge, it is a little bit grebo, a little bit dirty down, that kind of thing. I am into that. And people went crazy for this look on Instagram. So this video is showing you how I achieved that because it is just a single eyeshadow, I can assure you, from a brand called Bodyography. I got it through Algorithm, and Algorithm are ladies who are all about showing your natural skin, letting yourself shine through, whether you've got spots on your chin, whether you've got wrinkles, whether you've got pores, all that kind of good stuff. And that is kind of what I'm focusing on in this video. So at the moment, yes, there's a box light on. It makes me look a little bit nicer than I am in real life. It looks everything look a little flawless. But you will soon see my real natural skin in daylight very, very soon. My apologies, but this is the world I live in. It's called Scotland and it's dark. So grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, whatever the fuck you like. And if that sounds like your kind of thing, then just keep on watching. So we've got beautiful sunlight today. I say sunlight, it is not sunny by any means in Scotland. So up bright and early today to pop on and do this little look. The reason being, I done a fucking reel on Instagram, can you believe it? And people were like, okay, that's pretty awesome. And then when I actually posted a photo of the look I'd done using the products, they were like, okay, that shit's awesome. So I basically put an order in with Algorithm. I've spoke of Algorithm before, you have heard me speak about them. And I ordered this. This is the Bodyography glitter pigment basically. And it's in the shade Later Skater. I don't know if you'll see that there. It's kind of like this burnished gold, just grunge goddess amazingness. So that's what I ordered because I thought that is right up my street. But they also sent me a couple of little samples of the Danessa Myricks contour balms, so I'm going to give them a little go today. I didn't use them the day that I put up the photo, and I thought I'm going to do it when there's nice natural light because I really do miss filming in natural light. In the summer it's a bit different, I get a chance to do it, I can sit at this window and it's no problem. But in the winter I don't really have too much choice because I live in Scotland, and well, we've spoke about this before, haven't we? And I really wanted to emphasise today about the fact that this is my real skin. Very flatteringly, people on Instagram had said to me, like, you're 34, I can't believe you're 34. And I was like, well, yeah, I am actually, like, it's very flattering, thank you so much. But I just want to make it apparent, like, the differences between having a light box on, having natural light, taking a photo in front of a light box, taking a photo in front of natural light, stuff like that really matters. And I just want to zoom in and show you my skin and show you what it's normally like. I did make another video with Algorithm products before talking about all cream products and showing your skin and letting it show through, and I love that. So we're going to do this kind of grungy goddess eye, but we're also going to talk about skin quite a lot as well. So this is not like a full face heavy cake look, just so you know. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to zoom you in, let you see my skin. Alright, so I've zoomed you in a wee bit there. Hopefully you can see that this is my natural skin. There is an absolute beast of a spot going on here at the moment, but these things happen and it's just normal. I do have like kind of pigmentation going on here. I like to call it freckles. It's probably pigmentation. I do have creasing and fine lines under here. They're not terrible. I'm actually quite pleased with the way my skin is, to be honest with you. I'm proud of my skin. I've looked after it. It does me well. It does the job it's supposed to do. But I just wanted to zoom you in and show you what my skin is naturally like and give you a really good idea in front of natural light what it looks like. So I think that's really important sometimes, because we can get a bit sucked in with these perfect pictures and the way things looked. And people, as I say, who were like, wow, you're 34, like that's amazing. It is very flattering, but I also want them to realise, like, yeah, I'm 34, but it certainly shows. And see, first thing in the morning when I get up and I'm puffy, like, I've put on my skincare and all that already, so I've gave myself a wee bit of a facial massage. But when I first get up in the morning, I'm very much just like that. That's just the way it is. You wake up, you're puffy, you know, you get your pillow stamped to your face, unless you're using one of those silk pillows and you're super fancy. I don't have a silk pillow. I'd love to have a silk pillow, I've just never looked into one. But this is my natural skin. I do have natural radiance. All I've got on is moisturiser at the moment, no balms, anything like that going on just now. I do have a little bit of lip balm on, but that is it. And these are my natural brows as well. I thought I should show you that. They're not the tidiest. I kind of just take away the strays here. That's about it. Everything else I kind of just leave to its own devices. My mum said to me very, very young, leave your eyebrows alone. I think she had learned the hard way, so I have always left them be. Alright, so now we've been a little up close and personal. I've zoomed you back out a little bit. So first of all, I would say go for some sort of product like this. It's Glossy Future Dew Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury, or this Beauty Pie one here, which is the All-in-Wonder Illuminating Primer. Today I'm going to use Glossy Future Dew just because it's an absolute favourite. I really, really like it. It has not got any coverage to it, that's it there. And I feel this has a slight pink undertone, which with my complexion works wonders. So I'm just going to put that one first. I think this is potentially the same one I used in the other algorithm video, I can't remember. But I do love this product for some radiance, some glow. And as you can see as I'm putting it on, I'm getting redder. That is not the product, that is me just massaging the blood around my face. That's what happens, don't worry. And the reason that I really, really enjoy this product is because it's very, it's like an oil hybrid almost. If you've got oily skin, I can't say you're gonna love it, but personally I think it's really nice for someone of my age. It just keeps my skin feeling dewy and plump and things like that, and it's got nice slip to it to put stuff on top of as well. I swear to God, it's just got darker now and I'm like, fuck you, son, Scotland, you're shit. Alright, I'm gonna move on now to some sort of base. If you feel you don't need a base at this point, don't fucking put a base on. By all means, let your skin shine through. This is the Hydroluminous Aqualyris Skin... Knew I wouldn't be able to say that. It's a long name, it's a fucking faff. But to be honest with you, this is just a tinted moisturiser. It's very, very minimal. What I have been doing with this recently is putting like this, just a wee tiny amount there, mixing it with Future Dew or the Beauty Pie one or the Charlotte Tilbury, and I've just been kind of using that to go to work because I don't really like wearing makeup to work. I'm going to be honest with you. Like face makeup, like base makeup, I don't like doing it. And I also always put stuff on with my hands. Now if I'm using like a heavier coverage foundation, I might go in with a brush just to make sure everything's a little bit more even. But a product like this, again, in with the hands, now isn't going to cover that. That's okay, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a little bit more even coverage. Just make sure you're even. You don't need to cake your face, just leave your skin as it is. I mean, again, by all means, if you love a caked face, you do you, that's fine. But personally, this is the kind of look that I would go for. And also personally, if I'm doing like a really heavy eye like I'm about to do, then this kind of base is perfect for me. Alright, so going in with this Bodyography glitter pigment now. Now it is a very dark pigment. Now this could get a little messy, I'm not going to lie, but bear with me. Now I've got a brush like this is the one I used the other day as well, so it does look a little dirty, but to be honest with you, it's just the same pigment that's on it anyway. So it's, oh god, what is this? It's a Real Technique one, base shadow brush it says. But I like this because it's got quite a bit of like movement in it. It's kind of stiff but loose, stiff and loose, I don't know. And basically I can dig in a little bit, because this obviously can become very powdery very quickly. I don't know if you'll see that there. But I can dig in a little bit without it ending up absolutely saturating the brush. I can dust it off as well. If you've got too much, dust it off on the back of your hand before you place it. And again, this is less is more. Just take it slowly. So I'm going to zoom you right into my eye and show you how I go about this. So as I was saying, this can be a really simple look. It's one shadow, but it could get messy, so just bear with me. So take some on your brush and just place it down across the middle of the lid. Now look, that looks like quite a lot, but bear with me, don't worry. What I tried to do, I've got obviously a different shape of lid from lots of other people, but for my shape of lid, I take this up to where the crease is. This is very dependent on what your eyelid shape is like, and you'll have to kind of work that out for yourself. I am not a professional makeup artist by any means, but what I do is I just kind of take it to that crease, and then I start worrying about pulling it up. So you just want to get the colour down first of all, and then you can worry about the faffing about with it. I'm then going to go in with this brush, which again is a really soft, fluffy brush, but it is quite petite, so I can go in round the edges and just start to pull that up ever so slightly, and you'll see that it starts to move with it, and that's all you really have to do. Pull what you've already got on your eye up a little bit more and smoke that out rather than worrying about putting more product on. I mean, you might need to eventually put more product on, but I just kind of love the fact that this is one shadow though, and this is the amount of impact that it gives. It's really, really impressive. But I feel like that's took away a little bit of the intensity on the lid, so then I'll go back in again with the glitter on top of the lid. I just start building up that darkness again, and I love the, see how like when I'm moving my lid, you can see that shift? Oh, it's glorious, absolutely glorious. And I'm just going to take it a little higher again. That's to do with the shape of my eye. That's why I'm lifting it in that corner, because my eye shape, I want it to kind of almost follow to the tail of the brow. That's what I aim for. But if you have a different eye shape, then you work it to your eye shape, because everybody is a little different. So I'm basically going between two brushes, the stiff one to put the glitter on with and the fluffy one to blur it out around the edges. And that is pretty much it. It is not that difficult. The only thing I probably would do or will do is see in areas here with the clean brush where I feel like it's maybe just getting a little out of hand, or I think, okay, it needs to be corrected. I might go in with a nude shadow, like just a plain one, and that acts as a little bit of a rubber almost, and it's a little bit more similar to my skin tone, and it just helps blend it into these areas and look a little softer. That's something I might do, but you know, that's if I'm feeling particularly fancy that day. You can see it's getting like dark and dusky and sultry, and I love it. And all this like fallout, don't worry about that, we can sort that out, it's not a problem. And I've just came back in with the glittery brush again, because there's obviously some left over on it, and I'm just gonna take it a little bit higher again because I feel it needs it. And again, then the softer brush just to do the edges. Don't worry as well, like see when you're looking at this and you'll be like, oh, there's just a wee speck of glitter here and a bit, like who cares? That's what I like about these looks, because being a bit rough and grungy, that smoky eye, like who actually gives a fuck? Nobody's looking at you. See if you've went to proper rock clubs in your youth, nobody's fucking really looking at your eyeshadow, don't worry. The messier it looks, the better, to be honest. So I think at this point I'm quite happy with the upper bit, and we'll get onto the under bit now, don't worry. Okay, so again, don't worry about all this, that's fine. Just go in with like a wee sponge or something, and sometimes I try and make it just a little neater at the side there, as you can see. Don't worry, you're going to put a little concealer on there, there's no issues. I take a really kind of small, I say small, but that's it right next to my eye there, so you can see for comparison what kind of size this brush is. I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to go back into that glitter and very slightly run it from here. Don't start here, run it from here, kind of in and out, if that makes sense. And again, less is more to start with, don't go crazy ham. So just a little bit in the corner there, and I'm going to pull that up to meet the other bit, and then I'm just going to start pulling it right underneath. The thing I love about looks like this is because honestly, if you've got the biggest eye bags in the world, just bring your fucking shadow all the way down and then you get away with it. Again, this is only one shadow, only that glitter pigment, I haven't used anything else, other than the kind of slightly nude one. Now again, I'm relatively happy with the shape of that at the moment, but I need to go in with some black liner because it's looking really stark, that part of my eye. And I'm going to tight line and put in the waterline. Doesn't matter what black liner you can use whatever one you want. And tight lining basically just means running it up here to make your lashes look longer. I'm also going to just run this very slightly, like close to the lash line as well. So because you put it in the tight, not the tight line, in the waterline there, you'll be able to pull some of that black down onto your bottom lash line, and it just ties it together ever so slightly. Go. Don't worry about it being dark here. It's supposed to look like you've not slept for days. And then I'm just gonna run that dark bit along the top as well, and that's just to help define my lashes ever so slightly, because in a look like this things can get a little lost. Your lashes can get a little lost. And also I'm not going to be using false lashes because, you know, Grungey Goddess, so I didn't wear false lashes there. And that is pretty much it. That is how I got the look. And if I come in closer and just shut my eye, you can see the shift on that there. Okay, so for the inner corner, that's really the only difference of colour that I used. To be honest with you, the other eyeshadows I was talking about, if you've got a face powder that's close to your skin tone, you could use that in the same vein. It doesn't need to be an eyeshadow. So you can just use this, a face powder, and then in here I have got something different, but that's because I just think it needed it. So I'm going to use Pat McGrath's Lunar Champagne and Galactic Gold. They're kind of mix of two different golds, but I think it just brought the look together by popping this in the corner. And feel free to make a mess, like just rub it all over the place, get it everywhere, because you just want it to look like greasy almost. There you go. So that's pretty much the look. I will zoom you out now and finish off the rest of the look, but that is it. That is pretty much it. So that kind of one and done eyeshadow, but looks like you've put loads and loads of work into it. Sorry, I started putting on my concealer there and completely forgot that was making a fucking video. That was clever of me. So what I love about the Algorithm Girls is they don't like cake everything in concealer. Personally, I am someone who just places it where I needed it. I've placed it over this little spot here. I've placed it under my eyes. The Algorithm Girls are very good, a la Katie Jane Hughes, doing it with a brush and using it very softly and just placing it where they need it. I use a sponge, but that's just my personal preference. I probably could use a brush. I'm just used to using a sponge now. I'm just a little lazy. It would probably look maybe a little bit more, I don't know, professional if I'd done it with a brush. But personally, I just find this a lot easier and a lot quicker. And as I've said before, the stretch concealer from Glossier is very, very like emollient. You can see it there shining under my eye. It gives me that dewy look without looking like flat and matte, but it doesn't give loads of coverage, so you can definitely still see this spot going on down here, but it's just dampened it down a little bit. Like if you were facing onto me now, I don't think you're going to be like, wow, like there's a big spot in your face. And even if you did, then you're an asshole. But yeah, it's still there. I could go in and cover that up with something a little bit more, but I'm going to be honest with you, I can't really be arsed today, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. But that would be enough kind of coverage for me as far as I'm concerned. So what I am going to go in with is some of these BAM contours that they sent me. So you can get little sample sizes of Algorithm, and I got the BAM contour from Danessa Myricks in medium 1 and light 2. So I think we're going to go with the light one just to be on the safe side. Again, because I don't have it in like a pan, I'm not going to be able to like say to you, oh, you know, here's a good idea of what it's like. It's really just for colouring, for me to kind of figure out. This is placement. Placement isn't going to be perfect in this video. That's what I'm trying to say, because I'm having to use this little bit that they've gave me, but we're going to go with it. I'm just using this little, it's quite a stiff wee brush, but for cream products it's really, really nice. Ooh, that is quite nice, but also just brings a little bit more life back into my face. And we are losing the sunlight a little bit now as well, so you know, the light is on and went to shit. Okay, so we're trying it on the other side now as well. It blends beautifully for a cream product, and I was a bit worried it was going to be kind of orangey on my face, but it's actually very, very nice. Makes me wonder whether I would buy it in the full size. Do I need it in the full size? Probably not, but do I want it? Probably. Hold on, I'm going to put some just round about my temples. I don't usually bother with this because I do have a fringe, but seeing as we're doing it, I want to kind of, I suppose, bronze up a little bit. If I'm doing like a kind of messy, grungy eye like this, I don't want things to be too precise. I just want them to be quick, easy, and out the door. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going to leave the contouring and stuff like that. Now I think what else I might do is add a few freckles on. I know that seems a bit crazy biscuits, but the reason being, I quite like to look like it is natural skin if I've got really heavy eyes. This is Lottie London freckle stuff, but you can get freck, you can use your own like powder, you don't have to copy what I am doing. What I try and do is pull out the freckles I already have, the areas that I've got them, and then once I've got a few on my face with this stuff, I then run my finger along all the little dots that I've made just to make sure it looks quite natural, relatively natural. I'm then going to go in with, I've not even put mascara on yet, how stupid is that of me? I'm going to go in with this Flower Beauty one and pop that on my lashes. I've not used this for a while actually. I will curl my lashes before I do that because I always think that makes the world of difference. I'm going to be honest with you as well, I'm not going to put any mascara on my bottom lashes either because I feel it will make the look too pristine and a little bit like doll lashes. I don't want that because I don't want to lose that really smoked out look on the lower lash line, so I'm going to leave my bottom lashes with nothing on them. Now for your brows, personally I've got quite big brows, so I probably won't put anything in them for this look because it is such a dark and sultry look. You might need to put something through them just to frame them. I'm just running this spoolie through mine and brushing them up a wee bit. I can understand that if you've got quite fair brows you might want to add something in, that's fine. I'm just going to put a brow gel through mine because mine's are quite dark anyway. Again, if you like doing that laminated look, by all means feel free to do so. Because I do have quite dark brows, sometimes I feel doing that makes me look a little Groucho Marx. So generally what I like to do is brush mine up and kind of to, what is that going to be? Like up enough kind of 45 degree angle, I want to say, not at 90 degrees like the laminated brow effect might give. I don't brush them straight up. I do that little tail thing that I know Rose from Algorithm does. I actually seen Anna Newton do that years ago and I thought that's a great idea. So I do that just to kind of coat the brow, but I do not, I don't brush them up. From about here onwards, I don't brush them up. I only brush them up at the front and that will do me for my shape. As I say, if you need to add colour in, if you need to add a little bit more definition to the front of your brow, by all means feel free to do so. Some people might even think I need to do so, but personally, I've got dark brows and I think I don't want to look like Groucho Marx. Right, so for eyes and all that kind of stuff, I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to add a little bit of ballet slippers from Danessa Myricks to my cheeks. And I'm going to add some of the Duet Balm to the tops of my cheeks as well. So let's start off with the ballet slippers. Again, a favourite of mine at the moment. Now this stuff is super pigmented. I have said that before. And you're probably looking at me thinking, Jesus, what have you done? But it buffs out beautifully, don't worry. I'm just going to take a really big kind of fluffy buffing brush. And I like to bring it quite high because I do have quite big cheeks and I feel like it lifts my face ever so slightly to just bring it up like that. There we go. So you can see it does buff out really nicely. You don't actually look like a crazy clown. Some of you might still think I look like a crazy clown, but I feel it buffs out really nicely. And I'm going to add the Duet Balm to the tops of the cheeks. So the Danessa Myricks Duet Balm I know isn't going to be for everybody because it does give you that really glossy, shiny look to the skin. Personally, I love that. I've told you that a million times before. I'm going to place a little bit across the top there of my lip. I'm also going to add some right along here because especially with this kind of look, I think if you look a little bit sweaty, I don't know what it is. It just goes. It's nice when you look a little bit undone and loosely put together. But you can see the beautiful sheen off my skin with that. Alright, so we've came up really close personal again, as you can see here. So there's some of the little fakey jakey ones that I put there as well. This is an actual freckle, but I've deepened it up slightly. That is one of my freckles that are there. This one here is an actual freckle. This one here is an actual freckle. It sits right in the smile line there, but I've just deepened some of them up. But you can definitely see I've still got all my skin going on top of this really, ooh, sultry look. So that's, oh, look at the shine on that. Love it, love it. I don't mind that things are looking a little greasy, a little undone, a little sweaty. That's exactly what I'm going for. And I just wanted to be able to show you that's my natural skin shining through. So lips, let's talk about lips. I'm going to use Gloss My Heart's number 14. It's a really nice nude colour. I do love this one. It's probably one you hear me speak about all the goddamn time. And I love the fact with these that I can just, again, be messy with it. Fucking smooth it all in there. Doesn't really matter if it's perfect. If it's a little bit outside the lines, doesn't particularly matter. I'm going to top that off with Glossy's Generation G and Cake, because I think this just makes things even more brown, neutral, matte, but undone looking. And there you go, that is pretty much it. That is my very neutral, very simple, even though this video might still be quite long, look for like that smoky, grungy eye. And yes, obviously, if I stand in front of my light box now and I'm like looking at things from this angle, I'm turning my head down, I'm tilting, I'm looking up at things, I'm looking, doing lots of posing, then I'm gonna look a lot better than I do here in real life. You can see what I look like in real life. I mean, I look alright. I'm not trying to claim like I'm so ugly. I'm not being, you know, please tell me lots of compliments. That's not what I'm trying to be right now. I'm not that bitch. But what I'm saying is just try and remember when you're seeing things on Instagram and you're seeing things looking really flawless and like, ooh, that looks like, how can you be 34 years old? I can assure you, get my fucking birth certificate. I am 34 years old. I still have lines. I still have fine lines. I still have wrinkles. I still have little bits of pigmentation. I still get spots. Like, all these things still happen. Just please remember that when you're looking at things on Instagram, that actually you can be any age and do makeup. You can be any age and still show your skin. Don't feel bad about it. Feel proud in the skin you're in. Look, I should obviously have a marketing job, shouldn't I? But I really love this look. For me, it's so easy, so easy. Literally like a one, no, not literally because I use two eyeshadows, but a one and done look. This is all that's on the eyelid and the effect of it is so nice. So anyway, now that we have well and truly lost the sunlight, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've gained something from it. I hope like you can see that actually makeup, even if it looks particularly spectacular or difficult to do, and you know you're thinking, oh god, I could never do that, it's actually pretty simple. It's not that difficult. It just takes a little bit of practice and anybody can do it. And please, like, don't think you can't do it. Like, just try, just do your best. It just takes a bit of time, that's all. Just takes a bit of getting used to it. And when you've been doing looks like this for the majority of your life because you're a greasy, greebo, grungy git, you know, this comes second nature to me. I would struggle a lot more doing something really intricate or something really precise, like a very precise winged liner and stuff. Like, I would struggle more than that. This would literally take me 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, it would take me 5-10 minutes. I could do it really quickly and be out the door. But that's where I'm going to leave it today. I hope you've enjoyed, hope you're all well. There is a little subscribe button down there if you fancy it. Completely understand if you don't. And otherwise, I'll see you all again next time. Bye.